everybody, happy Friday. You know, I've been doing a video almost every day, and I haven't been uploading them, so you guys are gonna get a bunch of videos in a row. But this just popped into my mind while I was driving off of a clip that I seen on the social media. I don't know how real it is, but it seems like this blogger is interviewing this man sitting in his car. He said he got 7 kids by 3 different women. He's a heterosexual man. This is what he said. I don't believe it, but not because of what he says after. The minute he started talking, I didn't believe he was heterosexual. That, or he has very effeminate qualities as far as the way he talks and his mannerisms. He looked dusty, so it's not like he looked clean or nothing. He looked dusty. But anywho, he goes on to say that he wants to marry another heterosexual man so he could have benefits and all of the perks and benefits that comes with being married without the bullshit that comes with the relationship and the responsibility, the nagging or whatever. He could have his girls, his husband could have his girls. Pretty much they're married in partnership and legally, right? It's no sex involved or no relationship involved in their marriage. And it had me thinking, when I got married, the wording on the marriage was between a man or a woman, or a man or a man, or a woman or a woman. I don't know if there was no gender option back then. It was almost 10 years ago, but it was between a man and a woman, right? But it didn't state one of the, I guess when we were filling out the license to get married, I don't believe our sexuality was a checkoff box. I don't recall if it said, are you heterosexual, homosexual, or bisexual? It didn't say that. So is marriage based on sexuality, or is it based on partnership? Because it's like, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry kind of thing. 2 friends get married for the benefits that come with marriage. He's about to not get his death benefits or disability or whatever for his children because he's not married. Something happened legally. He was married. He didn't claim her death. The only way to get it back is if they were married. If something was to happen to him, blah, blah, blah. Which makes sense because him being a firefighter, if he was to pass, his next of kin is a wife, not your children. So he needed not a wife, a partner, a legal domestic legal partnership, a man or a wife or a husband. So I said, this sounds motherfucking genius to me. I then watched a video on how traumatic and unfair it is for single people with no kids, how heavily they get taxed. And I could definitely understand that. When I was doing my taxes, single, unmarried, I paid, the percentage was so high on what I paid in taxes. I think one year it was like 30%, 33% or something like that. Let me give you a point of reference. With kids and owning property, and I was renting before, with kids owning property, I paid 1%. That's because I'm a tax junior. 1.55%. That's what I paid. When I was single, renting, unmarried, I paid, I think it was almost 30% or something like, it was high. It was high. On a $30,000 job, you're trying to tell me 10,000 of it I paid in taxes. So I think this is a pretty good idea, and I'm trying to think, is it fraud? Because I don't see anywhere in the bylaws of marriage, unless it's in some old city hall book that you gotta request to view with white gloves if the stipulation of marriage is based on your sexuality. Because it used to say between a man and a woman, and now it changed to be man and man, man and woman, woman and woman. But that just said gender. Didn't say sexuality. Gender and sexuality are mutually exclusive. They're not the same thing. Two different things. Your gender doesn't determine your sexuality or your sexual preference. It's different. It's not the same thing. So is there a clause saying that marriage is based on gender, or is marriage based on sexual preference and sexuality? Because if it's not, then it's not illegal. And I suggest that a lot of you start marrying your best friend, start marrying your good Judy, your good sis, for these tax benefits. You guys have an agreement. Look, we'll do this right now. We'll enjoy all the perks of being married. You fall in love and find somebody. We'll have an amicable paper divorce. We don't have to get the courts involved. You leave with what you have. I leave. We don't make it messy because we're not like that. There'll be no hurt in our divorce, so it won't be messy. I think a lot of divorces, it gets messy because of hurt. If you marry to your best friend for 5 years and she finds somebody she wants to marry and have children with, all right, bye sis, good luck, have a paper divorce, and that's it. If y'all built a business together and all that, you could still keep that going. I think it's a fucking good idea. I'm all about the dollars and cents, and I'm a financial based person. Logistically, this is the best. It's like having a business. I think almost everybody should have an LLC. Because of the tax benefits. All you have to do is show clause that you attempted to make money, and you can write off pretty much all of your losses. All of the mileage. This was my first year itemizing. All of the mileage for my business. I bought new laptops, new equipment, all of that stuff I wrote off. I was in the red. I didn't make no money from my business. None. Because what my business is a couple of months old. By the time tax time came, it was 3 months old. So I didn't have much, but I had enough losses, thousands of dollars of losses that I wrote off. Getting the LLC was claimable. Paying I'm so tired, guys. I know this terminology. I had to pretty much pay for a third-party company as my base of operations, because by law, your base of operations has to be at a facility accessible during business hours in case you need to get served legal documentation. So pretty much my address has to be open 9 to 5 or something like that. Obviously, I have a full-time job. I can't use my home operation, so I pay a third-party company, and that's pretty much what they do. They house your LLC. I get my mail there, my correspondence there, and it's very nice. It's not expensive. They let me know, you got a package, you got this, you got that. And so yes, that fee is written off. My P.O. box fee is written off. All of that stuff, right? So that's a benefit of a tax implication, having a very small LLC, like a very small. And I'm already seeing massive tax, legal, mind you, I'm not doing nothing illegal. Everything is legal. The benefits. Same thing with marriage. When I got married, we didn't have any children, but we were no longer single. My first year getting married was the first time I ever saw any money back from my taxes. And the first time. See, my husband always got money back because he had student loan interest. He had student loan debt, so he was paying interest so he could write off the interest, which then he got a return. Me, I didn't have any loans, student loans. My last couple years of college was for free because I worked there, which I recommend for anybody. If you're an adult or a young adult and you really don't mind what school you go to, you just want to do a degree, start applying for every single college in your area. It don't even have to be no kind of job. Janitor, anything. Janitor, receptionist, security, or any job in a college. Most of these colleges you go for free. All the employees are offered free tuition, and it's free tuition for their children. So I worked with a woman, and she was having a baby every year. All 6 of her kids that were eligible got a college degree. It was crazy. Her husband, she brought her husband over from some Spanish country. I want to say Ecuador or something. She was a big fat white woman. She had a Spanish husband. He was a new immigrant, some K1 visa man. He barely spoke a lick of English. He went to that college, got his high school, his GED and college degree because he was married to her. So that is my sprinkle of wisdom for the day. Okay? If you do not want to have debt from college, apply and take any crappy job offered to you where the benefit for the employee is college tuition. Best thing I ever did. So like I said, I didn't have any college loan debt, so I didn't have any write-off, so I owed the max of taxes. So when I got married, I got the benefit of my husband's interest, his student loan interest, and we got a return. So marry your brother, marry your sister. Don't give Uncle Sam more than you have to, because it's the black and brown people who are late to the party when it comes to this tax stuff.